Okay, they want to put an outlet here to plug in their workbench, and they have the washing machine here, and they have one over here for a freezer, so we're going to put this one on a separate circuit. So we'll just open up our little plastic little thing here in the back of our box. Nail our box down here. Going to be nice and straight here. Alrighty, so here in the country I was born in, for residential wiring, we use number 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps, and we use 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps. So we'll cut our jacket here. This is a nice little tool from Klein. It makes stripping your Romex jacket a lot easier. It has a razor blade inside. Okay, so we'll stick our wire into our box here. Now we only bring in about 1/2 of an inch of the jacket into the box. Okay, so we'll untwist our wire and we'll bring it up here nice and straight. Across our beam here. Now I'm going to just look in this junction box and make sure it's not a switch loop before I hook up into it. we'll take our tester, we'll make sure we have power up here, and we'll go turn the light off. And we have constant power there, so we're good. Okay, so we'll come over to here, we'll come across here. Into this box here. Stable up here. Leave this here and we'll hook our outlet up. Alrighty, so here in the country I was born, and our black is live, and we'll strip it with our number 12 hole. Our white is neutral. We'll strip with our number 12 hole. I'll turn the flashlight on so you can see better. And when we hook up an outlet, our white wire, which is neutral, goes on the silver screw, which is the wider slot over here. Your black wire goes on the brass screw, which is the narrow slot over here, or it could be red or blue. And of course the ground wire goes on this green screw. So we'll hook our ground wire, loop it the direction our screw turns, put it around our screw the direction our screw turns, and close our loop there. And I hate how the Phillips screwdriver hops on that like little bunny rabbit, so I'm going to take my flathead, tighten it up like that there. We'll put our white wire on our silver screw, make our loop the direction our screw turns. We'll put it under the silver colored screw here. We'll close our loop the direction our screw turns. Close the screw we're not using. You want to make sure you get your copper under the screw head all the way around and our insulation's not pinched. So we'll get our black one over here onto our brass screw. Close the screw we're not using. Okay, so I'll put it around our brass screw, the direction our screw turns. I want to do it so you guys can see it. Is. We got it around the screw the direction our screw turns. I pull it back so we get our copper under the screw head all the way around. Our loop didn't close all the way, so I'll loosen this up a little bit. And I'll use my needle nose because those are a little bulky. There we go, we got our loop closed the direction our screw turns. And there it is, hooked up the way we want it. Now we can fold our wires into our box. We'll keep our ground wire down towards the bottom here. So we'll go down and up with our black and white. And we'll go zigzag across the bottom with our ground wire. We'll keep it down here at the bottom so it stays away from our terminals here. See how I keep it down, going down like this at the bottom? And we'll screw our device into the box. We'll just make sure our wires are back away from everything, and I'm going to push my ground wire back down here. because it went up some. I want to keep it away from our terminals here. I'm going to push it back over here. When I do this, I make sure I'm not hitting our conductor wires. So our ground wire is down away from everything here. And now we can stick our cover on the box. Okay, so we'll cut our 12-2 wire here. Okay, so we'll rip our jacket here with our handy Klein tool. So we'll get our ground wire in here with our ground wire. Okay, so I cut this off so it's even with all the other two here. And we'll put our wire nut on here. What's nice about this tool is it has that notch in here to slide it in over your wire nut and you just tighten it up. Okay, so we get up into our box, get up out of our way here. Get our insulation even at the bottom here. We'll make maybe I'm not going to twist it in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a copper even on the bottom here, and we'll just wire nut it in like this. So what we're going to make sure we do is we're going to straighten this wire back out. Get our copper even on the bottom and our insulation even on the top, so I can take a slight bit more off of this. There, like that. Get them even like that. Get your wire nut. We'll make sure it grabs all 3 wires. Okay, grabbed all 3. So we'll take our twister here, we'll tighten it on here nice and tight. And we'll put our wire back up into our box here. And we'll get onto our whites here. Okay, we have a nice strip length there. We'll strip with our number 12 hole. Number 10. Okay, get them nice and even like this here. Okay, so we'll get our wires even here. Like that, get our copper even at the bottom and our insulation even at the top. Make sure insulation goes up into the wire nut. Make sure it's nice and tight. Now look, make sure insulation is up inside the wire nut, which it is. Now look at my black. Okay, they're all up inside the wire nut there. Let's put our wires up into our box. And there's up inside my black one here again. Okay, they're in. Well, I'm glad I forgot my tester, because, just make sure we have power in our outlet, and we do. I love to forget things and have to go without, because it's a challenge, not a problem. You just can't violate safety. Peace. Thanks for watching.